Alright, we're running it back. We didn't quite get a, this is a terrible round one, but I'm a sucker for levels. We didn't get a 10 win, though. We had a team with a chance at the end there. These things happen. I will say, I have also kind of been thinking about we lose for sure. I have been thinking a little bit about how much sap to do. I like sap for sure. I enjoy doing it every week or so, but I do wonder if maybe I should do just the Sunday night, like right now, double session. If I should still be doing that initial Monday extra third session. But I could be overthinking it. YouTube's weird, right? Because of the whole algorithm and its magic. Because a lot of the... oh, that was a pretty fortunate spawn there. The algorithm and whatnot, and the sap videos haven't been getting really as much views as they were previously, and I don't know what causes that, but at the same time, it's one of those... What do you do? Is this permanent? I'm used to other abilities saying it's permanent, but I don't actually know. I feel like it's not, and I should remember this from last week, but I don't. I guess I'm just gonna take this. I guess I'm just gonna take that. There's not really an easy way to get attack unless you do wall chickens, right? Which I probably don't want to do. There's a snail, huh? I think we're gonna ignore the snail this time. The math just doesn't quite work out. Plus, double ospreys. Pretty decent. Trade at the front. Oh, no, we get a double kill at the front. And then. At the same time, though, doing two, the sap videos make it possible for me to do a video every weekday. I think if I was trying to force to do 3 non-sap videos, it would be either much less edited and almost just VOD-like, or, which I'm not against that, but... This just jumps anyway. Okay, there's no way to really make that work, I think. Turn that back down a little bit. I don't really know who I want to give that to. I don't think it's time to be trying to level 3 the Tsuchinoko. I don't think it's the right move. Wow, they really wanted me to, though. Huh? They really wanted me to. Alright, we have a yak level next turn, which, honestly, the yak being leveled is kind of not that good. It starts doing 2 damage to itself, which is a lot. Quite a bit, in fact. I think this is gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Another thing I did this week, or actually it was the same day as the haircut, was I went to the dentist. Kinda don't want to level you. You're gonna hurt the crap out of yourself, and there's not really an easy... Well, I guess you could do Drink Me Liquids, which is a weird name. Why not just call this like lemonade or something? Is this a reference to something I don't know? Drink Me Lemonade? Okay. I think I'm willing to throw this up here and then this will happen. I don't know, maybe that's not a good idea, but I already did it, so... Yeah. Need to keep my eye open for ways to give him... He's gonna die in 3 turns. Oh no. How are we gonna keep this guy alive? Oh, you also have some abilities happening in that way. But I'm gonna get more attacks off. Sweet. Sweet. No, that's not gonna help. But... yeah, it's not gonna help, is it? Baboon level would go pretty nice. Takes 2 less okay, that kind of helps a little bit, but also at the same time, it's almost like a... I guess the cucumbers... is the cucumber better, or is the garlic better? The garlic means that it'll only take 1 damage from each time, and then the cucumber is also that, but then doesn't work in battle, so I guess this is kind of better. Yeah, okay. It's questionable. It's definitely questionable. It has a lot of attack, I'll admit that at least. But yeah, the Minotaur is not going to be as effective this turn for sure. And you sniped my guy? Wow, that garlic really paid off though, huh? That garlic paid off like crazy. Minotaur, you definitely can combo with the Tsuchinoko and then the drop bear. I guess you don't really need the Tsuchinoko thing, but the drop bear to then jump in front to have more front attacks. But what we really need, the damn way to give this health. I think I sell this immediately. Is that crazy? Just to get this involved? I think. This is gonna buff the Minotaur, which is good. I'm trying to keep my eye open for the drink me liquid thing. I'm not opposed to freezing this anyway. Holding on to that for a bit. When is the drink me liquid? It is now. It is now. This officially works better in front of the Minotaur. It's still, the Nurse Shark is almost impossible to pull off, so I'm not going to try. The question is, do I want to freeze a Fire Ant just to be kind of a good unit? And a tier 5 to potentially Doberman with? Yeah, probably. 24-4. What a big fella. And he killed 2 units somehow. Absolutely not. Which is not surprising. And that doesn't even trade. Yeah, we don't win that one. Damn, level 2 old mouse? Respect. I put no respect on the level 2 mouse, so... Okay. I think I'm just getting rid of this? Because next turn this will still be... well, okay, if you get the dog, then it'll buff the dog. That's pretty good. Alright, do that. Now the question is, sell this to get double polar bear buffs going? Like, that's certainly a real choice. Also, it means I won't be putting money into this anymore. And for a... you know, I think this is... this is for the future. It's for the future, okay? I think the 1 extra bit of health there made sense. Ah, that's unfortunate. Well, the rest of their team's not strong though. Okay. That was a big round right there. Okay. Alright, well. Yeah, I mean, definitely. We're definitely doing that. We're definitely doing that. The decision here on selling this versus not selling it is pretty nutty. I mean, 16 attack and a coconut versus this, and then bringing in like a random unit for a turn, but then we wouldn't have. Well, oh man, oh man, I'm so not sure what to do on this one. Thing is, you kind of want this frozen so that you get a buff. If you sell this, you have a chance of rolling to get a tier 5, but it's only 5s and not 6s, so you're not guaranteed to get something, or get something that you want to buff. I think I'm gonna wait one turn. It's a little greedy, but I think this yak is going to trade with anything in the front. It will trade with 2 things, in fact. And I think that alone is enough. The double polar bear buffs, by the way, were on the same unit, was pretty sweet. Yeah, and then that's... Now, you could have certainly done a fly here, but I'm the camels, boars... I guess those are really it, but I don't know. Garlic as well being a thing that people are gonna have. I think now is probably the time to get rid of this thing, but... I don't want to, but I also think we're trying to make this work. This doesn't really help, because it doesn't like do any of this. I mean, unless you put cucumbers on everything. And putting the cucumber on this already was a risk, because now if we get a husky, we're going to very much regret doing that. Okay. Okay, as well. Alright, man. Pill it! I mean, you could. Not now, though. I'm sort of was looking for that polar bear, if I'm gonna be honest. It did not want to show up, and nor did chocolate. Not selling the questing piece yet, either, because... not worth quite yet. Now, isn't that tree not gonna get coconut armor next turn, because the husky's gonna buff it above where it needs to be? I think that's how that works. Oh, this is a very quiet song. I'll turn it up a little bit. There's the ant. Okay, so... it's random, right? It's random that it double chose that? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I do think you take this one. I do think it's not crazy to sell this and then have it start buffing the polar bear itself. We really want this polar bear level, though. Ah! Bummer. That is a bummer. A lot of good options. There's the polar bear level. A little late, but... you could small one to get a free melon. I don't think I'm not as decided on that quite yet, though. Okay, these guys should trade. Oh, nice ant. Wonderful armor worked out there. Wonderful armor. That was great. Alright. So this is always the weird part about polar bears. You kind of want to keep in units for a little bit. I don't think I want to do either. Well, the only bad thing would be a crane getting in the front. But yeah. So it's like on one hand you kind of want to leave in the fire ant because then stuff. On the other hand, getting the ant leveled is kind of nice. On the other hand, the Hydra's pretty good. I think I'd rather keep these two then, as far as my frozen units and whatnot. This Warthog is just always insane. Trying to figure what we do want to buy, though. Well, can freeze that. Okay. So now what do we do? So now what do we do? Do we just take the fire ants for now? I mean, we could always pill the fire ant. That's the other thing. You don't actually need the fire ant to, with Polar Bear, you can always potentially switch in new units, which is kind of a cool thing. I think we want to level the crane? Chili Pepper's gonna give me melon armor, but then they get rid of it, but then it doesn't matter. Okay. And I think this this Holy Grail, I think, is gonna pay off long term. I do think I want to just level this first. Purtle we're not doing. Maybe we do this. Okay. Now I think that's probably worth the level. And then you just have another Polar Bear, and we're gonna have triple. Yeah, okay, alright, this is gonna be crazy. We definitely are bringing in one or more of these Warthogs next turn. Does he do enough? He did not do enough, but then he did enough, but then he did it, and then... Anyway, we won. Oh, we won. My bad. It happened so fast and easy that time. All right. Well, that was pretty sick. I definitely don't feel like I feel like maybe they could have made some different decisions there for sure. Like Warthog, maybe instead of this Polar Bear this turn. I don't know. I had a lot of health though, so it sort of made sense to play for the future in case we lose. All right. Well, that was nice. We finally got a win. It's always good. I'm quacking. Me after hiking. Although, honestly, sometimes that's not even really true, but... Oh, what I wanted to say about the dentist, I kind of completely forgot, because, you know, that's what I do. I get distracted by the game, because I... focusing on one thing at a time. Yeah. So part of the things that, because I like to know things and learn things. Oh, this guy's a nerd. Oh, sorry. So I often will ask, you know, if I will ask the professionals what's happening, or want to learn more about my health and how to improve it and this and that. And so when they were doing, you know, that they used the little tool to kind of like scratch at your teeth and whatnot. And so I was like, what exactly is it that you're really scratching off there? Like, I know there's like kind of buildup of stuff, but what is the stuff? Because I just didn't, you know, I don't think about it enough to remember what it is. And they're like, oh, tartar. I was like, oh yeah. That is what it is. It's tartar. That is what that is. And that got me thinking that we can't listen to this song because of DMCA/muted video. But is the tartar buildup in your teeth the same tartar as, you know, like tartar sauce? Is that the same thing, or is that a different thing? I don't actually know. Does anyone know? Why, if not, why are they both called tartar? I don't get it. I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. So we're gonna get a bunch of buffs. That's pretty good. Team's looking decent so far, knock on wood. Now, I don't think I'm going for another one of these. I don't think we're going for a level tree, but... Good news is that the baboon can stick around because it's going to be buffing the camel. I guess there's no reason not to fuse this in. I was trying to think if there would be, like, you sell the duck and then... I don't think I want to do that. Okay, well, that'll wait for next turn so that we can get a tier 4 out of it at least. It is weird because also there's basically nothing for us to roll besides these or yaks that would do something for us here. mean, I guess maybe like just units that are different we could do. Deja vu? Yeah, like just a random drop there or something, I guess. Having the extra money for next turn would have been nice, but again, there's like nothing we would be spending our money on. We could buy a gazelle and just roll a bunch. There is something to be said about having perhaps just bought a tier 1 instead so that the yak guarantees gets the buff. You know, if we're doing that, you just do this. Get some extra money out of it. Now, we're not going to level 3. And then again, I don't really know what I think we're just rolling. You know what? A little bit of extra stats, because what else am I going to do with it? There's simply nothing else I'm going to do with it, so just do that. Now, the duck behind the camel instead of the yak is not the right decision, but it was the decision that I made for some reason. Never mind, it was the right decision. I don't think it actually mattered much either way. I don't think it actually mattered much either way. Okay. I think it's time to get rid of you. I think it's time for you and I to have a heart-to-heart. I always forget how the old mouse works. 3 friends bought, 3 friends faint. So that's probably the one you want to happen, because it actually happens in battle. And all the other stuff is kind of stuff that doesn't necessarily happen all the time. That one's pretty easy. Break all, friend jumped. I didn't know even about those couple of last ones. I've never even seen those. Chili pepper's probably just a little too good to pass up, though. Kind of don't want to buy the trout so that the camel gets the buff. We also probably just need to do... Well, we probably want the garlic, actually. Yeah. Probably just want that. And then... I mean, another baboon would be good. The baboon would be good. Not what we got. Not exactly what we got. I think I'm gonna 4-squad. I think I'm just gonna 4-squad. I thought about it for quite a bit there. You saw I paused quite a bit, but I think it just makes sense. Go all in. Hello. Doing a very similar thing here. I think that worked out a little bit better for me, but it wasn't that far off of a draw or a loss, to be honest with you. I'm pretty much just looking for a baboon. If you wouldn't mind showing up, that would be good. What the hell is happening? I don't want a level 3 yak. It, like, is too much attack on itself. It's kind of just not that good. Cool. Tier 3 unit, right? And no camels either? No camels and no baboons in sight. It's a pretty beefy team. We took out the tuna before it even really did anything, so that's kind of neat. Made it work. Now we're looking for some drink me liquid for sure. I mean, Minotaur kind of makes a lot of sense. Just behind a gigantic unit that's gonna live really long. All in, apparently, here. These in the front doesn't even really make that much sense anymore, but... The baboon still has some things that can give buffs to, so that's fine too. Very weird best unit in the middle situation here. Okay, double kill there's pretty good. Double kill there's not bad at all. Certainly could try a mantis. but I think we're not going to. There is also the whole I could have potentially put a cucumber on the camel a long time ago. It's gonna do 3 damage to itself. I think I'm waiting until next turn on that. Yeah, I like that. It's crazy we haven't seen a single camel or baboon. I almost said Camboon. Did I just make up a country? Camboon? No, that's Cancun. Yeah, this person invested early. Wow, that did not work out well. We got enough attack to trade there. Well, it worked out. Probably time to get rid of camel and or the baboon here. Wow, you're really gonna do that to me, huh? Wow, that is interesting, isn't it? That is interesting, isn't it? I don't think it is a Doberman, because our yak is just too big to ignore for a while. What's interesting is me actually having a chance to do a dragon run, which is not something I've really been able to do. Even though the camel level is definitely right there, I do see that. I think because we've already gotten the 10 win, that this is probably what we should just do. And, guess I'm gonna level. The dragon level is so much more important in a weird enough way. I don't think we're even keeping this camel. Okay, well, I feel good about using money on that. Yes. Okay. So... getting rid of those 2 folks in the middle, I think. The, camel and the other fellow there. Ooh, that spells disaster. Would have been much better to have my old setup, and somehow we still drew. That's crazy. If we had the yak in the middle, I'm pretty sure we just win that somewhat easily there, but... oh, they really wanted me to level that camel, huh? That's also hard to pass up, huh? Okay, so... hold on. What was happening here? So... Minotaur... I think this is just... I think you gotta do the warthog for sure. And then the question is, do you use... you could either bring in the crane... although I guess you have to put the crane somewhere else. You'd probably have to go like this. The crane gives this stats. A little awkward, but... I am a sucker for levels, though. Shouldn't have done it. What does this do when it's leveled again? Not the right thing. 10-10 and 15-15s? I mean, this is jumping in front anyway, it doesn't matter. Alright. Alright. This doesn't make sense either, we want tier 1s. We're going to bring in... probably... the Hydra, I think, makes more sense. Instead of the Minotaur. Yeah. Okay. I know I was going kind of slow there, but... how's this gonna work out? Well, the math there was very close to not working out. The math there was very close to being bad for melon armor reasons. I'm thankful for that. Okay, sorry, but you just have to go. Alright, we get one roll. The idea there basically is that you do it that way because if you don't have a tier 1 in that last roll, that's when you purchase the second Warthog to fill the 5th slot to then merge it later on. I'm guessing that camel, or that... Oh, they're just dragoning. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm guessing that cricket in the front is to break coconut armor or something on a Doberman type team, which would make sense. I've never even had a level 3 dragon, so even though it makes way more sense to level the Warthog, we have 5 health, so I'm going to be greedy. I'm gonna be greedy. Alright. There is a tier 1, so I'm buying it. That is one of the things about a dragon team. You do often not end up leveling things too much because you are just buying and selling as much as you can. Well, that's pretty favorable math, but you get a 2-for-1, and then just from that is an easy win, I think. Never mind, it's a loss. Complete jinx, completely wrong, in fact. His math is wrong. Okay. Yep, ooh, okay, that's not particularly good. Nothing again, you say? I think, I'm actually interested in almost just going 4-squatted. I think that is what I'm going to do here. We have the health. It doesn't really make sense to either buy a 5th unit just to have it, nor to roll. I think getting armors and stuff makes sense. Team looks beatable. This looks like a team that has something big queued up for their polar bear stuff, though. I'll admit that. Looks like there's something big queued up. 24-hour stream? No. 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 Just because we're a little bit past 9, and by a little I mean kind of a lot, doesn't mean that we are, I really want to get this dragon to level 3. Please believe me. I'm gonna roll. Okay. Okay. Ah. Ooh, this on him would make some sense to, like, help speed up his health there. Man, I really want to get this dragon to level 3. Come on. I shouldn't be asking for a draw or whatever, but I'm also, like, a little bit. I think we beat this team, though. I think we're too big. We're too big for this team. Oh, man. I'm not supposed to be sad, but I'm sad because that was gonna be the dragon win. That was gonna be my dragon first time level 3 and insta win, too. Yeah, so that was kind of just domination, huh? We didn't even have the Warthog level 3 there, right? Or level 2, I mean. That wasn't even leveled on either of these. Yeah, that team was just... You know what? Let's look at that. Let's look at that double 10 win a little bit extra for a second. And then a 9 on the screen, and then don't worry about the rest. Don't worry about the rest. Maybe this thing's pretty good. Pretty good. And very different wins, too. Very different.